Welcome back. Pechuga de Pollo Guisada. That's how we call it in Puerto Rico. In English, it is chicken breast stew, Puerto Rican style. I'm going to make it very quickly and simple, but it's going to be delicious. So go nowhere. Let's create. So here's some of the basic ingredients. I have 3 chicken breasts. I'm going to put some salt on them, maybe some pepper, and I'm going to cut them in squares. I have 3 potatoes. I'm going to peel them, cut them in quarters. I have some carrots. I got this from the farmer's market. I'm going to use about 4 of them. I'm going to peel and cut in pieces. Sea salt, fine grain. Got some paprika. I'm going to use a little bit smoke. I finally found some achiote, annatto seeds. I found them today, so I'm going to have to do this oil real time. I have some extra virgin olive oil. I have some olive, a handful, bay leaf. I have a tomato, which I'm going to create my grated tomato because I don't like cooking with canned tomato sauce. I got this tomato from the farmer's market, so it's really fresh. And I happen to use today couple tablespoons of sofrito. Look how beautiful it is. But I'm going to show you next if you need to replace the sofrito because you don't have any, what ingredients to use for sofrito real time. So I have this sofrito prepared about 12 months ago. Look how beautiful it is. And it turned out, it lasted that long because of the method I use, which I have a link in my description. Now, if you don't have sofrito, you can make you real-time sofrito. In essence, you're using pretty much the same ingredients. So if you choose to use this real-time, fresher version to prepare your sofrito as you cook, what you're going to need is like, I would say 2 tablespoons or tablespoon and a half of onion chopped, about 2 tablespoons of sweet peppers. I have a different variety. A little bit of oregano. I have the fresh version. Chop it. About 3 to maybe 4 garlic teeth. You have to chop it very thin. In fact, I'm going to grind it if I was to use this. And use cilantro. Now, if you happen to have culantro, get about the same amount. This is like a teaspoon. Get also that for the culantro if you happen to have it. If not, that's fine too. And this is optional. If you want to put a little bit of cumin or whatever you want to call it, comino, you can do that too. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make some annatto oil or achiote oil. I'm just going to put a little bit. I'm going to do real time, meaning that I'm not going to create a big batch of oil and preserve it. And I'm going to use for this one, I'm going to use sunflower oil because I don't want, sunflower oil doesn't have taste. And I'm just going to make a little bit for today's meal. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep this medium high, maybe medium, for like 5 minutes until the oil is created, and then I'm going to take the seeds out and just the oil. You don't want this fry, so I'm going to put the heat to really medium, and you move it around. Once again, you do this for like 5 minutes until the color is transferred to the oil. Hot pan, medium high heat. I'm going to start with some extra virgin olive oil. sofrito. I should have 2 tablespoons. Ooh, it's smelling already. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some of the annatto oil. It smells good. Then add some of the chicken, all the chicken. And the reason I did it now is because I want to mix the flavors from the get-go. See how beautiful it's looking already? Put a little bit of sea salt. Not a lot, just a little bit. Optional, if you like pepper, you add it. If you not, that's fine. I'm going to put a little bit. I didn't mention earlier the ingredients because it's truly optional. Stir things around. Now this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to add the tomato. I don't need it all, just a little bit. Just start mixing with the chicken. Just a little bit of smoked paprika. Just a little bit. Not a lot, see? And I'm going to add the carrots and potatoes which I cut. And like most of my meals, when I'm doing stews and stuff like that, sometimes I cook the potatoes separate, I boil them or saute them and then I put them here. Today I'm going to have them together from the get-go. And once the potatoes are cooked, that's what it's going to tell me that everything is done from this perspective. And to put some olives. See, this is pretty simple. The smell is delicious. That's the step of adding the liquid. You can use water. I'm going to use chicken broth. This is about a cup. I'm going to put the bay leaf. And now you're going to let it cook. And once again, you're going to let it cook and you're going to use the potatoes as your indicator. And the reason it looks this beautiful is because I did use a lot, annatto oil. And I wasn't conservative. Now you also want to give it a taste, because when you taste it now, it's going to tell you how it's going to taste for salt. So I'm going to put a little bit to my taste. It should be good. This is great. Yeah, potatoes are ready. That means that this is ready. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my personal final touch, which is the cilantro. I like to add some cilantro toward the end to give the meal this earth flavor, this earth smell, earthy smell, earthy flavor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it there, put this on low, and let it go for 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes. And then it's done.